Hey beautiful people, this is your girl Diana D. Williams and welcome to Death of the Girl Corner. If you have been inspired and have been loving these vlogs and you're new, go ahead and like, comment, share, hit that notification bell for further upcoming videos. Alright, let's get into it. We're doing a fall Halloween deco mesh wreath, and as you see on the table I have a 12-inch wreath, a wire wreath frame, and I have my deco mesh, the Halloween fall deco mesh design. It does say in the comments how many inches of yards it is. The Chanel stems, I've used gold and green to attach my deco mesh to the wreath frame. I have a Halloween fall light tube that goes around the wreath and hot glue gun, so I'm going to glue down some of the different fall leaves to the wreath, and we're going to get started. So we're going to first start off with the design with the Chanel stem. So as you see, I'm starting off with gold. Some of the Chanel stems are very long, so that's why I have my scissors out. I'm pointing to how I want to do this design. So you want to put the first one on the inner ring. I'm going to cut a few inches off because it was kind of long. I didn't want it to be too long. So then I'm going to start off with the outer ring with these Chanel stems, and you want to at least put like 3 on each part of the frame. And then you want to do, when you do your design, you want to do these zigzag designs or alternate between. So like on this part of the ring, the wreath wire, I am putting 2 on the inner ring, and then I'm going to put 1 in the outer ring. So you want to mix it up, you want to zigzag it, and there it is. We're progressing and making progress with our Chanel stems, and you can call it pipe cleaners, however you want to call it, but these are what you use. And if you want to cut off some inches, you can do that, because we're getting ready to start our design with the deco mesh. That's just a simple step. Now I have 2 types of deco mesh. I have a Halloween deco mesh, and I have orange, black, and white deco mesh, because I want to mix it up, because it is Halloween, it is fall. And what I'm doing is, I didn't really have the exact measurement of how I was doing it. I could have used a ruler just to start off, but I just wanted to measure with the first set of deco mesh I wanted to use. So I had to combine layers, 2 layers, and I didn't cut any off. I just started twisting the ends of that beginning of deco mesh. So how we're doing this is we're starting on the outer ring. So wherever your pipe cleaners or Chanel stems are on the outer ring, let's start there. So you're gonna twist and give it about 6 inches between your deco mesh. We're gonna fold, so that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm folding over about 6 inches of the deco mesh to create a hem. You're scrunching it together, you're attaching it to the wire frame with the pipe cleaner, the Chanel stem. So you want to give it about 6 inches between. So you see I didn't cut it off the roll at all. I just felt like that was easier. However you want to do it, if you want to cut off 6 inches of your mesh to create the hem, then you can do that. But I'm just starting on the outer ring. So some of my outer ring might have 1 Chanel stem, or it might have 2 Chanel stems. So it's just, you want to make sure you have those designs. And you twist. What I'm doing is twisting the Chanel stems to the deco mesh. So you see I'm twisting it so it can hold tight, so it can attach to the wire wreath. So in order for it to create its design, you want, when you put your deco mesh on there, you attach your deco mesh as you're folding it and giving it a hem design, you take the chenille stem, you untwist it, and you just twist it again on the chenille stem. I mean, on the deco mesh. So you see how I did that, right? And so we keep going around the outer ring. We're continuing, and you can continue to use up to about 6 to 8 inches of the mesh and scrunching it and attaching it to the twist ties on the wire frame all the way around. You're going to continue all the way around the wreath frame. You can continue to use the entire roll, or you can use half of the roll, however you want to do it. And once that outer ring is finished, you can bunch the ends together or attach it to an existing twist tie or add a new twist tie and attach. So you can do that, but I just added that 2 layers of it on the outer ring, and then my next step is to get to the inner ring to start doing a second set of decor for it using that Halloween spider decor mesh. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like, so you won't have to see the wire in the wreath. If you want to add on more layers of your deco mesh, you can do that. Add it to your different twist ties. But that's what I'm doing. I'm always attaching the deco mesh to the twist ties even more. So that's what it looks like on the outer ring. I had to fold it. I had to scrunch it. Simple scrunch, simple folding. So you're still going to see some of the chenille stems sticking out, and that's because we're not done yet. We got the inner rings to get to, and I'll put more of the instructions on how you can get your deco mesh on the wire wreath frame. There will be plenty of instructions. There we go. Now for the second roundabout, like I said, I am starting on the inner ring now. So the design that you put your chenille stems in that order for the inner ring. What you want to do is just be able to make some room, and you're going to do some folding. So this deco mesh is the Halloween spider deco mesh, very pretty. Dollar Tree, and by the way, yeah, all of this, the deco mesh that I bought, the Halloween, was from Dollar Tree, $1 each. So very good quality too. So you see, I am folding the deco mesh on the inner ring, and getting my stem, the chenille stem, to twist and tie the deco mesh to the inner ring. That's my second go around. And you want to do it all the way around the ring. So however you have your chenille stems, or whatever design, the zigzag design for the outer and the inner, you can continue that all the way around. So you see, I'm folding at least about 6 inch to 8 inch. And I want to add that, yeah, I had to actually add a few of chenille stems, which is the green ones, because I think I cut my chenille stems too low. So when I couldn't really fit the deco mesh to attach and twist my chenille stems, because my gold ones, I think I cut it too short. And so it wasn't making any room. So some part of the time I did have to add chenille stems. It won't mess up your design at all. Just make it the way you think it's going to be able to fit. Make it to where you want it to fit. And be creative. Sometimes you might have to improvise. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be in that zigzag format. But you can make it how you want to make it. It's a vibe for you. You make it work. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Is some part of the time when I did the zigzag, it didn't work entirely. So part of the time I did have to add chenille stems just to make my deco mesh fit the wire wreath. So I had to go all the way around, and yeah, it's starting to look really good. I scrunched the deco mesh. I folded and scrunched. Keep following that process. Some part of the time I did have to add extra deco mesh because I wanted to hide the wire wreath. Hide the wire, part of the wire of the wreath. So now the rest of those Halloween deco mesh rolls that I've had, there was still some left. So if you have some left, you can take a ruler or measure up to 6 inches, and that's kind of what I'm doing, like a little fold, because I wanted to create another design for the wreath. So what I did was cut at least 6 inches of part of the roll for that deco mesh. And I still had some room left on the wire wreath, so I wanted to add like another design, which is like different ribbons or bows. You could do this with ribbons or bows, however you want to do it. So I'm just cutting out 6 inches of it. And then whatever I have room, I took my chenille film, I untwisted which is already twisted up. Opened it up and then attached it to what I already have, twist it again, retwist it, and there you go. We got more designs going around the wreath. However your vibe, whatever you're feeling for your wreath, continue with that vibe. Continue with what you want to do with it, because it's all about your design and what you want to do. So that's what I'm doing. I had about a couple of more of the rolls left, and I just took it, made it into a bow or a ribbon design with the rest of the deco mesh, attached it to the chenille stem. There we go. So here I am. I'm still creating some more designs for the wreath, and as you can see, I used up most of my Halloween deco mesh with the spider on it. So I just kept cutting 6 to 8 inches of the Halloween deco mesh, and as you can see, I am twisting the chenille stems around the folded up deco mesh. So I wanted to add more of like a ribbon style to the wreath, so that's why I was cutting up a few more of different deco mesh that I had left on the roll. And as you may see, I am using up another roll of the Halloween fall decor deco mesh. Cut up a few inches of that, untwisted the chenille stems, and retwisted around the wreath frame. It's looking good. It's looking fall vibe, Halloween vibe. And keep scrunching, bunching some of those deco mesh together. And if you see any empty spaces between, spread them out. That's what I had to do. So, yep. Amazing. Don't worry about those white things that's popping out. As you see, sometimes you'll have to be careful with those deco mesh for those stringy things that are coming out. So just be careful with those. Showing the back, showing the front. Added another. Yep, almost didn't fit, but we had to retwist it and make it work. Retwist those Chanel stems really good, tighten it up really good. Starting to look very awesome and amazing. So at the end, you want to keep fluffing your mesh so it has an appealing way around the wreath. Make it appealing, but you just have to keep fluffing and stretching some of your Deco mesh around the wreath. And then to hide some of your Chanel stems, use leftover Deco mesh to wrap around and hide those Chanel stems so it's not noticeable and obvious. Awesome. Now our last thing we're going to do is take our hot glue gun and use fall leaves. So I actually just used 3 fall leaves that I found. This is from Dollar Tree as well. And I just placed it on different corners of the wreath frame. Very, very simple. And awesome, amazing fall vibe, Halloween fall wreath with our wine bottle decor. Check out the DW Glam Wine Design Edition LLC. Yes, so I have these wine bottles on my other videos as well, but you know, I do love a fall vibe, and so I just had to do the wreath. So that is the finished wreath. It's completed. And I have my door hanger. Now we're setting up our door display. And I'm putting up my wreath with the door hanger. And the door display took a treat. And then there was a light wire that goes around. It's a LED light wire that goes around the wreath. So I put that on there, and yeah, it's amazing. It's lit and it looks awesome on the door. Yes, the fall vibe, Halloween vibe, yes. And I just want to thank you for watching and tuning in to this amazing video. Continue to subscribe, like, and tune in for more videos as well. Hit that notification bell if you want to be inspired for more. Happy Halloween, happy